So has that been important to you?
I think so. I think it's nice because you relate to each other and you'll always understand how each other's feeling. Like, friends from school, I only have about 5 people left now that I speak to who I went to school with, because they were super supportive about it. But yeah, I feel like having friends in the industry, you can only really understand each other because you're in the same position. It's really hard to explain how you're feeling to someone who doesn't do the job, because a lot of the time people would just see it as you're being extremely privileged and it's not a problem. But when you have friends who are in the industry, they get it, and nothing's ever really a problem when you're doing it the same industry.
Who are some of your kind of closest people in the industry, and like how have you and your friends kind of helped each other, and how's that helped you in terms of your own level of discipline and consistency?
I've got like 2 main best friends. So my first one's Saf. We've known each other for about 8 years now, and we've literally grown up together doing YouTube, which has been like the nicest
She started when
thing.
she was 15, I think.
Yeah,
right?
she started when she was about 15, and I commented on her first video that she uploaded. Then she DM'd me from it, and we like exchanged numbers. We filmed together, and then literally became best friends ever since. That's been so nice. I feel like it's just nice to have like a comfort blanket in the industry that we're best friends and we know we've always got each other. And then in Manchester, I've got a best friend called Byron, and he has been doing YouTube again like all his life. So it just makes it so much easier and just so much nicer. It's a nice experience having friends in the industry.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to get into maybe some of the challenges, right? Again, you've been doing this for so long. There must be some like amazing highs, amazing lows. Like, have there been any moments where you've wanted to quit and wanted to stop all of this and just be like, no, I'm going to go work at Boots or somewhere?
Yeah, there definitely has been. Not like, there's been like one moment especially where everything I think just got a bit too much, because posting the content that I do, I think people automatically think they're entitled to know like every single aspect of your life, and sometimes that can get a little bit too much because you feel like you have no privacy whatsoever. And I think there was like definitely one point,
What
was
happened?
during lockdown, everything just got too much, I think, with being inside the house all the time. And for a lot of people that was really bad for their careers, but it was amazing for mine because everyone was inside watching content. But in the same sense, it also got so much that I just felt like, even though this obviously isn't what happened, it felt like every single person's eyes were on me and I couldn't escape it.
Yeah.
And at that point I thought to myself, like, I actually don't know if I can do this anymore. I got over it. I'm still doing it now. But yeah, there was definitely a period of a couple of weeks where I was still putting out content as well. I didn't let even people know that I was feeling like that, but I was like,
what was it about? Like, what happened in those 2 weeks?
It was just a lot. Like, I didn't get cancelled, but you know when something, people just don't really agree with something that you do, and it wasn't even bad. But I just got a lot of shit online for literally no reason, and I think that was the first time that I'd experienced like actual hate.
So far, pretty much no toxicity, no hate, and then it changed.
Yeah, like of course you get like the odd comment, like you're gonna but I'm just like, oh, whatever. But like this was the first time where it felt like every comment was a hate comment, and it only lasted for like, the comments lasted for like 3 days. But when you're in that moment, it literally feels like you're being enclosed in on, like, and you cannot escape it, and it's the worst thing in the world, because if you want to escape it, I'll just go and watch a YouTube video. No, that's going to remind me of it. Like that, I felt like I had no escape.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of have to talk yourself out of it, and my mum had to talk me out of it, and then everything passes and everything was fine. But yeah, that was definitely like a low moment in my career. I always look back at that time, and I think that was a big learning curve for me, because I now, even though I still share a lot, I learn a boundary between, right, I need to actually have a private life now, and I need to keep something separate from offline, and actually learn how to separate my time from YouTube. So even though I still share pretty much like 80% of my life,
You want to keep that 20%.
Yeah, I have that little 20% now that's like, okay, this is my time. And I feel like that's what I took.
And before that point, did you not really have, like, do you feel like you've had to learn how to put those boundaries in, or has that kind of come a lot more now towards this sort of, I guess, this nearer end to your career?
I feel like it's come towards like the nearer end to like where I am now, which is crazy. Like, to share that much of my life online for like 9 years, I look back at some videos, I'm like, why did I do that?
When Saffron was on Unboxing, we were talking about how she deals with hate and so on, because she's had a number of those experiences, I think she was talking about. I'd imagine that in those moments, did you call her and be like, Saffron, like, how have you dealt with this? Like, what do I do? Because you kind of need the experience, having been through that, to know how to deal with it. Right? Yeah,
I feel like we went through our bad moments together almost, because we kind of just use each other as a shoulder to lean on, because we know how it feels. And we'd be the first person for each other to call and be like, oh my God, like, it's happening again. I need a break.
Yeah.
It is a comfort blanket to know that someone has gone through the same thing and they completely understand how you're feeling. But it's also nice because it was like motivating to be like, no, you know what, I want to get back on. I want to get back on the horse. I want to sort this out, and I want to enjoy it again.